Welcome to the 3A Richmond Semi-State. It's the Guerin Catholic Golden Eagles and the Greensburg Pirates. Hi, everybody. Howard Kellman along with Dave Nicholson. What a matchup, number 2 versus number 1.
Doesn't get any better than that. Greensburg won the state championship last year. 2 years ago, Guerin Catholic won the state championship. They both have great teams, or they would not be in the semi-state. It's got to be one of the premier matchups in the entire state of Indiana this afternoon. I think our fans are in for a treat.
Okay, and we'll have more pregame info this special edition of the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40. By Wabash College, the liberal arts college for men. And Dave Nicholson, there's the matchup. Guerin Catholic versus Greensburg. The key players will start with Guerin Catholic.
Okay, they'll be in the purple uniforms this afternoon. They come in 22-3 on the year. You start with the key player, number 45, Aaron Brennan. He's a 6'6 senior, a 3-year starter. He averages 17 points a game for Guerin. And at guard, the guy that makes him go, number 33, Whit Rapp. He's a 6-foot senior, averages 8 points a game, but he's the one that literally keeps the team together and makes the plays go. Keys to the game for Guerin Catholic, almost like the home court. In the past 5 years, Guerin Catholic has played 16 games here in this arena. They're in the big holiday tournament here with 8 teams, and they've been in that tournament for the last 3 years. The question is, Rapp, is he 100%? He got a hip corner in the regional game, did not play after that, so that's a question mark. They're going to try to start him, see how far he can go, but there's a question. If he's out, that's big trouble. They play a very strong schedule. That should help Guerin Catholic today. They play a better schedule than Greensburg. Let's look at the starters for Guerin Catholic. At guard, number 33, Whit Rapp. He's a 6-foot senior. The other guard, number 13, Christian Munson, a 6'3 sophomore. At one forward, number 4, Matt Fulbra, a 6'6 junior. Another forward, number 32, Chris Burrell, a 6'6 senior. And number 45 at forward, Aaron Brennan, a 6'6 senior. Now let's take a look at the Greensburg Pirates, 26-1, rated number 1 in the poll at the end of the year. Key players, number 34 at forward, Sean Zellers, a 6'7 senior. He averages 20 points a game for the Pirates. And at guard, number 30, Bryant McIntyre, a 6'3 senior. He averages 14 points for the high-scoring Greensburg Pirates. Keys to the game for Greensburg: they must slow Brennan and Fulbra down. That's the 2 big guys for Guerin Catholic. They've got to slow them up. Their team-wise, they've got to speed Guerin up. Greensburg wants to score a lot of points. They want to get up and down. They're averaging 76 points a ball game. Attack inside. They want to take the play inside for the same reason as to watch Brennan and Fulbra try to get those guys in a little foul trouble. Starters for Greensburg: number 12 at guard, Macy Holdsworth, a 5'11 senior. Number 14 at guard, Colin Rigney, a 6'1 senior. Number 30 at guard, Bryant McIntyre, a 6'3 senior. Number 32 at forward, Ryan Willett, a 6'8 junior. And number 34 at forward, Sean Zellers, a 6'7 senior.
Okay, Dave, our officials are Eric Coburn, Derek Howard, and Stacy Minier. This pregame show has been brought to you by Wabash College, the liberal arts college for men. What a matchup. Number 2, Guerin Catholic. Number 1, Greensburg on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40. Welcome back to the 3A Semi-State. And Dave Nicholson, how did these 2 teams, Guerin Catholic and Greensburg, get here?
Okay, Guerin Catholic came through the Greensburg Regional. They defeated Tri-West High School in the first round, 74-58. And then in the final championship game of the regional, Guerin Catholic beat Edgewood 64-33. So they did not have a close game in their regional. For Greensburg, they played Silver Creek in the first game, won by 10 points, 70-60. And the finals that night, Greensburg beat Evansville Memorial 73-50. So actually last weekend, neither one of these teams were tested hard.
And you see the Greensburg Pirates being introduced. Colin Rigney is number 14. We'll be ready to go in just a moment. This is the first of 2 games today.
has to be, I think, the top semi-state in Indiana. You got 1 and 2 here, and then the next game at 8 o'clock tonight, we'll have Tech, which was number 1 in 4A. So when you have teams like that, and you should have those kind of teams at the semi-state level, you're going to be all right. I might tell you a little bit about Guerin Catholic. Pete Smith's 22 and 3 this year. He also coached at Manchester, Noblesville, Penn, and Carmel, and they did win the state championship in 2012. Greensburg, as you know, won the state championship last year under Stacy Meyer. They're 26 and 1. It's Coach Meyer's 8th year at Greensburg. He's won 144, lost 48, and he has a 13-year career of 202 wins and 194 defeats. So both solid coaches, both veteran coaches, and both veteran teams, I might say.
And that 4A semi-state game to which Dave alluded, 8 p.m., Tech in Bloomington North. So we're ready to go here in Richmond. Matt Hova at 6'6" and Sean Sellers at 6'7" will jump it up. Guerin Catholic in the purple uniforms, Greensburg in the white uniforms. And both teams with Division I quality recruits. We'll talk about that as we go along. And the tip controlled by the Pirates. This is Macy Holdsworth. Over to Bryant McIntosh.
Man-to-man defense by Guerin Catholic.
McIntosh. Sellers for 3. And Dave, Sean Sellers is a terrific three-point shooter.
He's an outstanding three-point shooter. 46%, Howard, and he's taken 103 of them now. He's headed to Ball State University next year. It should make them a fine player.
Pirates ahead 3-0 in the early going. The turnaround by Brennan, no. And here come the Pirates. That's Sellers. Work it right side to McIntosh. The 3 rims the basket as Rigney misses. And the rebound taken down by Aaron Brennan.
Keep your eye on the man with the ball there. That's Whit Rapp. He is suffering from a hip corner. They don't know how long he can go this afternoon. He hurt it last week in the regional, hasn't had much practice time at all this week.
And a nice move by Aaron Brennan, who will be going to IUPUI, averaging 17 points a game as 6'6" senior.
Great drop step there by Brennan. Fake right, went back left, little half hook shot.
14 is Rigney. Work it down low to Welledge. Welledge is deep, and he's fouled. So Welledge will go to the line, fouled in the act of shooting.
Going to see a replay here, and you watch Welledge's nice split of the defense, and that foul was on Chris Burrows, his first foul of the ball game.
Welledge at the line for great deals all year long. Go to Don Meyer Ford, located off the Indiana 3 bypass in Greensburg. Don Meyer Ford has been in business over 40 years and is the home of sincere service. Say hello to GM Dave Meyer, whose son Alex in the Minnesota Twins system is one of the top pitching prospects in all of baseball.
Welledge, a 73% shooter, makes the second one of 2.
So it's a 4-2 game, and we've played over a minute and a half. Guerin Catholic with the ball. And that's Aaron Brennan. He is 2 of 3 from the field, and we're tied at 4, and we've played 2 minutes in the first quarter. Tell us about this Guerin Catholic defense. And Brennan blocks the shot, but commits the foul.
Well, one of the keys to the game was for Greensburg to take the ball inside. They pass it down inside, as you see, to Welledge, and Brennan thought he had the ball. He got part of the wrist. His first personal foul.
Welledge at the line. Spring is rounding third and heading to Round Tripper Academy. The season's almost here. It's not too late to improve your game. The boys of summer get ready at the friendly confines of Round Tripper Baseball Academy in Westfield. He makes the first.
Primary reason they're taking the ball inside. Of course, they'd like to get Brenna and Holber in foul trouble. They did have success in getting one on Brennan that time.
Not that time. Another rebound for Brennan. 5-4. Brennan with all 4 Guerin Catholic points. He's number 45. That's he with the ball. And the 3, no, by Burrow. The follow by Matt Holba, the 6'6 junior. And a steal.
Nice steal by Rapp.
There's Whit Rapp. He lost the ball. Didn't turn it over, though. That was the first turnover of the game a moment ago. Rapp kicks it back outside.
Rapp, Pete Smith, the coach of Guerin, says Rapp is the jockey that rides the horse. In other words, he directs the team.
Holba for 3, no. Offensive board to Brennan. Power move to the hoop, no. And the follow, though, put up and in by Chris Burrow, the 6'6 senior.
Guerin Catholic's doing a great job on the offensive boards. Greensburg's got to check out better on their defensive end.
And we approach the midway point of the first quarter. Guerin Catholic by 3. That's a cross-court pass.
That's a design play where they said it's back screen on the opposite guard.
McIntosh missing a 3. Rebound, Holba. All Guerin Catholic under the boards. You see the center working up the high post there. It's where you really need a good passing center when he's at that high post.
You can throw that to the high post and throw behind, or you can throw the skip as they did there the last time. Either way, you've got to reverse the ball.
Here's a foul, and that is on Holdsworth. And thanks to the good people at KC Home Fresh Catering here in Richmond for feeding our crew today. KC does food for the soul. Fresh food, barbecue, catering, carry out, more. KC Home Fresh Catering. I grill while you chill. Three-point game. That last foul on Holdsworth. Macy Holdsworth, his first. A baseline move and a nice move by Rapp with a left hand. He missed, though. And there are the Pirates. That's a 3 by Rignick. They're battling for the ball, and finally a held ball.
A lot of activity there, a lot of physical contact.
Timeout. We'll pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40. Welcome back to Richmond High School. This 3A semi-state. Guerin Catholic ahead. And St. Theodore Guerin High School is a Roman Catholic college prep school serving students with diverse backgrounds, preparing them to be servant leaders through authentic faith formation, academic excellence, and student life opportunities. St. Theodore Guerin High School.
There's a good look at Pete Smith, the coach of Guerin. Very successful coach at 4 to 5 different schools. Key thing that jumps off of his sophomore is rebounding. As I pointed out, Guerin Catholic 6, only 2 rebounds for Greensburg, and Greensburg shooting 25%, Guerin Catholic 44%.
That's Holba over to Rapp. Cross court Holba. He got the step, forced it, and the follow. Aaron Brennan's third field goal. He has 4 rebounds. He has 6 points.
That's their 1-2 punch. Brennan averages 17 points a game, over 16. They've been doing it all season, and Guerin Catholic settled back into the 2-3 zone.
And the Golden Eagles with 6 straight points. That was set up by Rapp, who knocked the ball away from behind.
You can't dribble in the middle of the zone. You catch and pass out of there. You can't put it on the floor when they get it in the middle. It's a good idea to go in the middle, and they've got Wellridge in there, flashing to the high post. Get him the ball, but he should turn and pass. Definitely not put it down on the floor with 5 people in his zone.
McIntosh. They work against the zone. 3, no, by Sellers.
So Greensburg's a good shooting ball club, but they're taking really tough shots.
Rapp was fouled. Blocking foul as Whit Rapp made his move.
See a replay on this. There's 2 players down on the other end. We were watching that action. There's a split by Rapp. The foul's already been committed. Number 30, McIntosh, picks up his first foul. So the play came just before the end of that replay. No, 2 players call.
Greensburg hasn't scored in 2.5 minutes.
They're living and dying with the three-point shot, Howard.
That's all they've shot. You're right.
1 of 5. You know my theory. You live with the 3, you die with the 3.
And a 3 by Christian Munson. And it is his 29th 3 of the year. A running one-hander had eyes by Brian McIntosh. They race the ball up court. Forcing it up and scoring is Burrow.
Heck of a move. Up and under for the 6'6 senior. Guerin Catholic showing 3 post players with Brennan. Now counts Hober down in there. And now Burrow's getting in the action.
It is an 8-point game. Holdsworth hits a 3. Macy Holdsworth. It is his 40th 3-point field goal of the season. 5-point lead for Guerin Catholic.
Greensburg's in a 2-3 zone as well.
Munson did it again. He did it again.
He's only a sophomore, Howard. He averages 41% behind the 3 line. He's now taken 71 on the year. Pretty good 3-point shooter.
All right, what about this Guerin Catholic defense?
It's a 2-3 zone. I think they need to pass it in the middle and then pass back out.
Holdsworth a long 3, no, and another rebound for Aaron Brennan. His 5th rebound.
Now, Greensburg's a good 3-point shooting team.
And a nice play by Hoba underneath.
How about that strength he showed? He went up, the guy had his hand on top of the ball. Hoba was strong enough to take it on up and score. Showed excellent strength.
Guerin Catholic by 10. 60% from the field, 9 of 15.
I started to say Greensburg's a good 3-point shooting team, but I don't think you want to live on that with a steady diet. They're 44% as a team. That's outstanding. You got to get something going inside, and then that'll open up, give the outside shooters a little more time to get the shot off.
Which they haven't done yet inside.
They have not. They went in there one time, and they Burrow put it on the dribble. Excuse me, Wellich put it on the dribble, and he got it stripped, and that kind of discouraged him. They need to go back to him inside. Number 32, Wellich. He needs to get up in the middle and catch the ball and then pass it to the corner or to the wing.
Wellich averaging 15 points a game, has not attempted a field goal as yet. Playing for the last shot of the quarter, it's a 16-5 Guerin Catholic run.
Great quarter by the Golden Eagles.
7 seconds, time to make your move. That's a 3, tough angle, very tough angle.
Got time to shoot it.
Wrap, it would count if it goes, it doesn't. A great quarter for Guerin Catholic at the end of 1. Guerin Catholic 20 and Greensburg 10 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40. Special hello to Ron Collier, his wife Debbie, and Thorpe Miller of IMCU, and I joined IMCU this past week. I know you're a member, and we urge all of our viewers to do the same. Join
Absolutely.
IMCU.
Been a member a long time. They served us well. Quick look at the first quarter. You got 10 rebounds for Guerin Catholic to only 2 for Greensburg. 10-2 on the rebounds. Guerin Catholic 56% to only 33 for Guerin. And the reason is that percentage, Guerin Catholic's getting down inside to the basket.
Sellers in close, no. The rebound taken down by Holba. Neither team, Dave, made a substitution in the entire first quarter.
Well, Rapp's holding up pretty well. They were worried about his hip corner, but that's him with the ball.
He's moving well.
He's
a floor general.
He didn't have his lift there. You wonder if his hip bothers him there. Plus, he missed a lot of floor time this week in practice.
Sellers missing a 3. Another rebound for Aaron Brennan. His 6th. He also has 6 points.
Greensburg has come out of that 2-3 zone, gone back man-to-man.
Brennan in close, no. Tough angle, Sellers with a rebound. Sellers averaging 20 points a game.
That's what they should be doing.
Beautifully done. Ryan Welledge with his first 2 points.
We talked about that 2 or 3 times, but they need to get the ball into Welledge. If they collapse on him, then he can kick it back, and the three-point shooter will have a nice in-rhythm opportunity.
That's Whit Rapp.
I think that was a direct result of Coach Meyer of Greensburg making an adjustment during that quarter break.
Here's Holba. And a beautiful move by Aaron Brennan to the hoop. He is 4 of 7 from the field and a 10-point game. We only had 1 turnover in the entire first quarter. It was by Greensburg. Ball knocked away, well, just as we said that.
Just didn't catch the ball. That would have been a great play. McIntosh had his buddy Weldridge posted down low, but he didn't catch the ball. That's where they've got to go with it. You got to catch it, of course, and make a good bounce pass down low.
Brennan in close, or rather Holba. 3 field goals, 6 points for Holba. And that 12-point lead is the biggest of the game. A high arc by McIntosh, no. Rebound Munson.
Holba has really been good for Guerin Catholic this year. He moved in from Chesterton last summer, and of course he's putting up 16 points a game. He's only a junior, getting a lot of looks by colleges, Division I schools.
Work it down low.
Right,
Holba is deep. He may have traveled. He did. For great deals all year long, go to Bob Rohrman's Indy Hyundai. They're on the east side at 7101 East Washington. Bob Rohrman's Indy Hyundai. Say hello to General Manager Rick Rohrman. Best Choice Fieldhouse, located in Fishers, a year-round operated facility that has many programs for all ages, from beginners to professional athletes in a variety of sports. Best Choice Fieldhouse, the best basketball facility in the Midwest, has been dubbed that by many people. Today's vehicles are complex machines. Why not trust your vehicle to someone who can repair it right? Renner Nixon Body Works, your source for quality collision repair since 1965. Phone 773-9792. Renner Nixon Body Works.
You talk about the college commit we got here today for Greensburg. Brian McIntosh already committed to Northwestern. You remember he committed to Indiana State, then withdrew and is going to Northwestern. Sean Zeller's going to Ball State, and Welledge has had interest from Purdue, Nebraska, and Michigan. That's 3 pretty good guys on that Greensburg team.
It is Greensburg ball, and the Pirates, the defending 3A champions, with a record of 26-1, find themselves down by 12 points here. Fairly early in the second quarter.
Well, Greensburg has decided to attack this zone with 5 people out. Nobody in the low post. I still think they're going to have to get the ball to the high post and then look down low. Now they're cutting in and out of there, as you see. McIntosh is filling the middle part-time right there. Now he should be able to do something with it.
Free man.
Nice movement of the ball.
McIntosh missing a 3. Rebound Brennan, his 7th rebound. McIntosh 1 of 5 from the floor. He's averaging 14 a game. He is Northwestern bound.
He's a 35% three-point shooter, so he can make the 3. Sometimes, Howard, you need to make a layup or a free throw to get your rhythm and get your confidence.
Christian Munson is 3 of 3 from three-point land.
He's only a sophomore. We talk about all the seniors. Christian Munson, a 6'3 sophomore for Guerin Catholic.
A nice running one-hander by Ryan Welledge in close.
Munson only averages 6 points a game. He already has 9 points for the Golden Eagles.
That's Rapp. Work it left side to Munson.
It's interesting to watch Rapp. He just directs the team. He's directing people. He sees the whole court. He gets the ball where it needs to be, usually when it needs to be there. Right there, the point guard. He's the heart of the team.
Brennan at the high post. Good job of blocking out by Sellers, who got the rebound, his 3rd board. That's McIntosh. Back out to Sellers. Sellers hits the jumper. He's averaging 20 a game. He has 5 points. He's Ball State bound.
Real nice ball movement that time by Greensburg. That's what they need to do, move the ball. You can pass the ball quicker than the defense can move their feet if you'll do it. Guerin Catholic's been doing a better job of that to this point.
There has been an incredible flow to this game. Only 4 fouls. Traveling's the call. Window World. Simply the best for less. Window World with locations in Indianapolis, Columbus, Muncie, Terre Haute, and Lafayette. Proprietor Ken Shake is a former high school basketball official. Window World. Let's pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40. Welcome back to Richmond High School 3A semi-state. Guerin Catholic by 11. Don Meyer Ford supports the Greensburg Pirates, located off the Indiana 3 bypass in Greensburg. Don Meyer Ford has been in business over 40 years and is the home of sincere service. GM Dave Meyer's son Alex, top pitching prospect with the Minnesota Twins, may be in AAA Rochester. Don Meyer Ford.
Talked about the college commits for Greensburg, Guerin Catholic. Aaron Brennan, of course, IUPUI. He's a 3-year starter. Interesting stat.
McIntosh missing the pull-up jumper. Matt Holber soaring for the rebound.
Aaron Brennan scoring career record 1,461 points. He's the team leader in rebounds with 722.
Did you think he turned the ball over? That was mighty close. Holba is deep and he scores. Holba has 4 field goals for 8 points, averaging 15.6 per game. Sellers work it right side to Rigney, no, and the rebound to Burrow.
I said a few minutes ago, Howard, I think Greensburg needs to get inside, get a basket to go for each of their players, a layup or a free throw. That will relax them on their outside shooting, and they'll start hitting some of those outside shots.
They've only attempted 6 two-point field goals in the first half, Dave.
They totally are living behind the 3 line. I know they're a good three-pointer shooting team, but get your confidence up by going inside and making a basket or 2.
Brian McIntosh forced that turnover, deflecting that pass away. Excellent play by McIntosh. His 3rd Guerin Catholic turnover. And that will count, I believe, for Wellage. The foul.
I think that's on Brennan. It's on Brennan, number 45 for Catholic, I believe, and that's his 2nd personal foul. Remember that, that's key.
Foul away from the ball, so they get the ball back. And there's the substitution. Matt Labus, number 22, checks in, the first sub of the game. So it is Greensburg ball. Down by 11. Here's McIntosh. Over to Rigney.
The last 2 baskets have been by 2-pointers for Greensburg, so maybe they're going to do that a little bit. That will help their outside shooting. Give Guerin Catholic credit. They're really playing a good 2-3 zone.
That is a long 3 by Holdsworth. Macy Holdsworth. 41st 3 of the year. He hit one very early in the game.
He's 40%. 40% on the year behind the 3-line for Holdsworth.
2 of 3 from three-point land. Under a minute to go in the half. That's Rapp. Chef KC.
Home Smith is wild right now.
Creates food for the soul. Chef KC invites all the fans to get $1 off their meal when they present the ticket stub from the semi-state. That's Chef KC Home Fresh Catering.
You saw Coach Smith there, and I'll tell you why he was upset. Rapp was pulled down by the Greensburg player. Now Pete's up there still talking to the referee right there. And I think he's got a point because Whit Rapp fell forward, and when you're setting a screen on side, you don't fall forward. If you're running two, you fall backward. And so I think they called it wrong.
Pete Smith was Dave Nicholson's successor at Noblesville High School.
He was 3 years with the Millers.
Spring is rounding 3rd and heading to Round Tripper Academy. The season's almost here. Not too late to improve your game. That's Round Tripper Baseball Academy in Westfield. That's a three by Holdsworth. He did it again. Greensburg on a 12-2 run. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game.
We said if one of those baskets started going in, they would gain their confidence. They have done that this quarter.
Timeout. Our other game today at 8 o'clock, the 4A semi-state. Tech versus Bloomington North. That's at 8 p.m. Indianapolis Tech versus Bloomington North, the 4A semi-state. Guerin Catholic, the only Central Indiana Catholic high school to be recognized as one of the nation's top 50 Catholic high schools. That's Guerin Catholic. Now we look forward to that. We've seen Tech a few times this year, and they have quite a team, Dave.
They've got an outstanding team, and of course they may have one of the top, not may, they do have one of the top players in Indiana in Lyles. 6'11", they call him 7 feet, I think. He's about 6'10", going to Kentucky. But he's got a good supporting cast as well.
Greensburg on a 12-2 run. Dave?
Saw a good look at Coach Smith. He's still upset on that call they made on Rapp, and that did turn things around. Since then, it went from a 9-point lead to a 5, so I understand Pete Smith's concern. You got to put that behind you. The game goes on.
5 seconds left in the half. Got to get going.
Get the shot up.
Brennan, no, off balance, and that's the end of the first half with the score. Guerin Catholic 29, Greensburg 24 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV4.
You probably thought it would never happen, but it always does.
Welcome back. We're at halftime of this 3A semi-state at Richmond High School, and Guerin Catholic has the lead, 29-24. Guerin Catholic led 20-10 at the quarter. Dave Nicholson, you talked about the keys to the game at the Open. Let's go back to them now.
Okay, let's look at the keys. There's the keys to the game. Almost a home court for Guerin Catholic. They played like it except for the last 3 minutes of the first half. I thought they played a really, really good first half. Is Rapp 100%? He played all 16 minutes, and I thought did an outstanding job directing the ball club. It'd be interesting after halftime if he tightens up with that hip injury, hip corner that he had. They played a strong schedule, so they played with confidence as a result of that. On the Greensburg side, they said they had to slow down Brennan and Hobra. They didn't do a great job of that. Hobra had 8 points, as did Brennan, so both of them let them up a little bit. Speed Guerin up. I thought Guerin was wanting to play just as quick as Greensburg. It didn't seem to hurt them. And Greensburg, I still think, needs to attack more inside. They started doing that when they made their run to get back from a double-digit deficit, and now they've worked it back to a 5-point game. So the keys to the game, pretty good.
Okay, well said, Dave. As we get ready for period 3, and we have another game to go at 8 p.m. tonight, the 4A semi-state.
We've got Tech, who everyone's expected to be here, number 1 in the state of Indiana in 4A. The surprise team in the whole tournament right now is Bloomington North, but they have come on. They're 9-2 in the last 11 ball games and feel like they're playing really well. So I think people could be surprised. Everyone thinks Tech's going to be a blowout. We will see at 8 o'clock tonight.
Okay, we begin this third quarter. Guerin Catholic with the ball. Christian Munson, who hit the 3 3-point field goals, inbounds. Here's Whit Rapp, the floor general.
Greensburg staying in that 2-3 zone.
Hoba, nice fake, and he scores.
Not one fake, 2 fakes, and it worked very well.
The double fake, he's 5 of 7 from the field. There's a beautiful pass down low. The basket by Ryan Wellage, the excellent pass from Sean Sellers.
I think you'll see Greensburg go inside more. I've been begging for them to do that the whole game, and I think if they can get it inside, they'll have a lot of success.
Wellage 4 of 4 from the field. Rapp, no. Rebound, Sellers at 6'7". Sellers with the individual effort, the pull-up jumper, and he's got it.
He got us a 3-point game, Howard.
Yes, it is. We've played a minute of the third quarter. At one point, that lead was 15. It's down to 3. It was 27-12, Guerin Catholic.
I talked about the injury to the hip, the Whit wrap, where it might be showing up. He does not look comfortable with his jump shot. He had one wide open 15-footer there a minute ago, and in the first half he had another one, same distance, and I suspect he hasn't jumped on it and practiced his shooting very much.
He did it again, Christian Munson. His 4th three-point field goal of the game.
He's a sophomore.
At the other end, Holdsworth. It is his 4th three-point field goal of the game.
He's the one three-point shooter for Greensburg that's been on it today.
Holba missing a 3. Wellage tipped that ball. Let's see what the call is.
One's got a travel, one's got a foul. We'll see which one wins out. The outside official was clean call. He had a travel. The one underneath, foul. I think it should be a travel. We'll see what they come up with.
You are right, Dave Nicholson.
Greensburg fans, and they're huge in numbers here today. We appreciate that. But I think you'll see the travel before he gets fouled. Watch his pivot foot. Could have been called either way. It was almost simultaneously, actually. The contact and his travel.
Here's Munson. Played a little over 2 minutes of the third quarter. 3A semi-state number 1 versus number 2. Holba off the dribble. Air ball, but the rebound taken down by Rapp. And let's see as they work against that Greensburg defense.
Guerin was getting pretty good shots in the first half, and I believe Greensburg had extended this 2-3 zone out a little bit. They may have to pop it to the high post. There it is.
There it is. Burrow. Chris Burrow has 3 field goals for 6. The lead is 5. Tell us about this Guerin Catholic zone.
2-3 zone, they're extending it out. Greensburg's playing a guy down on the baseline. There's one of them.
Sean Sellers, and it counts in a foul for Sean Sellers.
Nice pass. They call that the short corner. And that time, Sellers got down in the short corner and was a recipient of a great high-low bounce pass. Short corner is 15 feet out on either baseline. They've used that the last 2 times down.
Holba's second foul. For great deals, go to Don Meyer Ford, located off the Indiana 3 bypass in Greensburg. Don Meyer Ford's been in business for over 40 years and is the home of sincere service. Say hello to GM Dave Meyer. That's Don Meyer Ford in Greensburg. He missed the free throw. Greensburg 2 of 5 from the line.
You know my theory on winning tournament games. That guy is hot.
Munson has his fifth three-point field goal of the game.
Watch this last shot, Howard. This is not an accident. This young man is 41% on the season, and after he's hit 3 in the first half, his confidence is sky high, and he hit 2 already here in the third quarter. So the young sophomore is coming through for Pete Smith and Guerin Catholic.
WHMB wants to thank Chef Casey Home Fresh Catering here in Richmond for feeding our crew this day. Chef Casey does food for the soul. Fresh food, barbecue, catering, carry out, and more call. That's Chef Casey Home Fresh Catering. I grill while you chill. Spring is rounding third and heading to Round Tripper Academy. The season's almost here. It's not too late to improve your game. The boys of summer get ready at the friendly confines of Round Tripper Baseball Academy in Westfield. Guerin Catholic High School, where students learn to lead with humility, serve with love, and trust in Providence. Guerin Catholic High School. Well, Dave Nicholson, we got a 6-point game here as we approach the halfway point of the third quarter.
Well, we've talked, Howard, about how the 3 can shoot you in or shoot you out. But for Kristen Munson, the sophomore, number 13 for Guerin Catholic, it's bringing the Golden Eagles another little bit of a comfort zone. They're now up 6.
They are up 6. In the early going, Greensburg led, but Guerin Catholics led most of the way at one point by as many as 15. There's McIntosh.
Interesting, only 4 players for each team has scored.
What a play by Holba. He blocks the shot and gets possession of the ball.
Holber's 6'6", but he's got good hops and good timing.
That's Rapp. Kick it back out to Holba.
Kind of crowded in there, but he
Spinning,
found a way.
twisting, score. A terrific individual effort by Matt Holba.
Great spin move by the big guy.
Down low, counts and a foul for Ryan Wellage.
Ryan Wellage has come out of the locker room for the Pirates and said, I'm going to help us get back in this ball game. He's taken it to the rack, something he did not do in the first half as well. Here's a great move down on the baseline. Wellage. That was a great pass from McIntosh over to Wellage.
Burrow's second personal. Wellage for the three-point play, a 73% free throw shooter. And he's got it. Timeout. We'll pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
Massage therapy is becoming more popular than ever, creating a need for trained professionals.
Welcome back to this 3A semi-state. Guerin Catholic ahead by 5. It's been quite a battle.
It's been an outstanding ball game. It's a 5-point game now. Give Greensburg credit. They could have kind of panicked when they got down big early. They fought their way back in this thing. Interesting, Howard, only 4 players from each team have scored. So there hasn't been much depth shown by either ball club to this point.
Greensburg has not made a substitution in this game.
There's a fly out.
Baseball pass to Holba with authority.
Nice set out of bounds play by Pete Smith during that timeout.
Holba is 7 of 11 from the field. McIntosh working against the zone. And will that count? Yes, it will. It counts in a foul for Bryant McIntosh.
Watch this replay. I think you're going to see Chris Burles. Watch this step across by McIntosh. Great move. There's a step across, up and under. Wasn't a great deal of contact on that. They called the 3rd foul on Chris Burles. Not much contact there.
Best Choice Fieldhouse offers competitive and non-competitive men's leagues on Sunday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and a competitive women's league on Sunday nights. That's bestchoicefieldhouse.com. They have some great programs. Holba gets the rebound. His 6th board.
Greensburg has not shot their free throws particularly well. They're 75% on the year coming in here.
Holba
Nice.
did it again.
Outstanding take by the 6'6" junior, Matt Holbrook. Watch this replay. Down the middle with his left hand, just goes up above and leans back to create space for his shot, and that's hard to have the touch when you fade like that, but he faded back a little to create space, had the touch to make it.
Dave, you see some players who are talented. Holba is talented and very competitive as well. Sellers got the rebound, his 6th. There's a foul away from the ball as Sellers hits the deck. That was the first free throw attempt of the game by Guerin Catholic when Holba was at the line a minute ago.
But that foul is going to be on Rapp, I believe. And they've shown one up there. I thought that was his 2nd. I thought he got one here in front of us earlier.
3-man down low. Was he in that lane? Brennan was all over Sellers. And going to the hoop is Holdsworth.
Watch the replay. You're going to see number 12 take it down inside Holdsworth, and Munson, the sophomore, got him with the personal foul.
5 fouls on Guerin Catholic. Macy Holdsworth, 73% free throw shooter. Today's vehicles are complex machines. Why not trust your vehicle to someone who can repair it right? Renner Nixon Body Works, your source for quality collision repair since 1965. Renner Nixon Body Works. He made them both. And here's a whistle and a foul on Holdsworth.
All of a sudden, the officials have called some what I call touch fouls. That was one of them there on Holdsworth. Not much contact being made. I think that should be a play on.
Aaron Brennan inbounding.
Seems to me, though, that both teams have come out with great energy here in the third quarter, and particularly Greensburg is playing much more confidently than they did early on their shooting.
Spinning and twisting and battling inside.
That's a heck of a move.
Olba did it again. Yes, he did it again.
That was a step through, crossover, up and under. Watch it here. Here's good footwork, folks. There's a pivot. There's a step through. Comes back to his right. Loses a defender, and that was Zellers picked up his first foul. What a great individual effort by Holber.
Holba with 19 points as he completes the three-point play. And the lead is back to 8. Nice fake by Sellers. The free man is Rigney. Rebound, Brennan. His 9th rebound, he had many of them early in the game.
I mentioned earlier that Purdue, Nebraska, and Michigan takes a look at Holber. You can see why this afternoon. If he continues to grow and get stronger, he can be a big-time player.
Rapp. Down low, Brennan. Sellers with a rebound.
Nice defense. Defender
4
stayed
on
straight
3.
up.
No basket. He was traveling. Had a 4 on 3 and he was traveling.
Zeller was going to do what they call the Euro step, but he misstepped. He didn't have the timing and rhythm down to make that move.
Greensburg with his first sub of the game, Dave. Tom Lawrence, number 42.
Here's the lineup that Guerin Catholic flew out last time. Greensburg had 2 defenders back that time. They're not going to get fooled twice.
Nobody stopped Whit Rapp, Dave. Nobody stopped him.
He's moving pretty well to be out of practice most of the week. He's doing everything pretty well.
And a floater by McIntosh. And the putback. The putback by Ryan Whalage, his 6th field goal. Rapp again. This time, a whistle, and Holdsworth fouled him.
I've got number 3 on Holdsworth. Here's a play again. Rapp sees a half inch. He takes a mile. Oh, that's a foul directly across the hands. The young man wanted to knock the ball away, but he got the hand and the wrist, so that is a foul.
For great deals on the east side of Indianapolis, go to Bob Rohrman's Indy Hyundai. They're at 7101 East Washington. That's Bob Rohrman's Indy Hyundai on the east side of Indy. Say hello to GM Rick Rohrman.
Nice look at Whit Rapp. You remember his brother Riley played for Pete Smith there at Guerin a few years ago.
There's McIntosh. Pull-up jumper, and he's got it.
How about that shot?
And he's fouled.
That's his first basket since the first quarter. And of course, he's a big-time scorer for Greensburg.
We are seeing time and time again a man get a basket, have the opportunity for a three-point play. Been happening often in this quarter.
So they're attacking the basket much better, Greensburg is, than they did in the first half.
McIntosh with 7 points. 5 of them in this quarter. That's a 3. The 3 by Munson. His 6th three-point field goal of the game. Christian Munson. The free man out there is Rigney, and Colin Rigney hits a 3. His first 3 points of the game. Brennan spinning, a nice move by Brennan. Aaron Brennan. First 2 points of the second half. He has 5 field goals for 10, 30 seconds left in this exciting third quarter.
The kind of offense you would expect to see out of these two ball clubs. Didn't see it totally in the first half, but this third quarter, has been an offensive show by both ball clubs.
Guerin Catholic, 28 points. Greensburg, 24 points in this third quarter. As you said, an offensive show, doubling their first half output.
Setting a high ball screen for a pick and roll. McIntosh down and in.
He did it. A running one-hander by Brian McIntosh.
The sophomore.
That will count if it goes, and it did not. It almost did by Munson. That's the end of an incredible third quarter with a score. Guerin Catholic 57, Greensburg 50 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.
ETC Sports Network is a proud sponsor.
Indiana Members Credit Union, keeping it simple. Howard Kellman, Dave Nicholson. What a game, what incredible shooting, Dave, in the third quarter.
Third quarter, they were outstanding. You talked about Guerin Catholic. They were 3 of 5 from 60%. And Greensburg was 2 of 3, 67%. Outstanding shooting by both ball clubs. We said the offense had really kicked it up in the third quarter. Down to a 7-point margin. Give Guerin Catholic credit. It got down to 3. I thought Greensburg might surpass them, but they have not. Guerin Catholic answered it.
In the third quarter, Guerin Catholic did not turn it over once. Greensburg turned it over twice. Incredible.
If you remember, I think it was like 4-2 at halftime. It's been a great play floor game.
McIntosh 3-0 offensive board. The putback by Colin Rigney. In the right place at the right time. Here comes Rapp all the way, and he scores. Whit Rapp. He's moving better, Dave.
He's moving very well.
Sellers hits a 3. And an immediate timeout.
You talk about Will Rapp. He's a 3-year starter. As a point guard, he has 317 rebounds, and he has 612 assists. That assist, 612 is a school record, and he broke his brother Riley's record on the assists. So point guard to get 317 rebounds is unbelievable.
Thanks to the good people, Chef KC, Home Fresh Catering, creating food for the soul. Come to Chef KC, Home Fresh Catering, 1301 South L Street in Richmond. Open Tuesday to Sunday, 4 to 10 in catering as well. The great people at Don Meyer Ford support the Greensburg Pirates, located off the Indiana 3 bypass in Greensburg. Don Meyer Ford has been in business for over 40 years and is the home of sincere service. Say hello to GM Dave Meyer, whose son Alex played for these Greensburg Pirates. 6'9" pitcher in the Minnesota Twins system. Look for great things from Alex Meyer this year.
You were while you were doing those reads, it showed two sisters there in the crowd for Guerin Catholic. That may give them a little bit of edge in this game.
That ball worked down low to Holba.
One thing that helps both of these ball clubs, you pointed out, low number of errors. They take good care of the basketball, so that really helps down the stretch. And you got to hit your free throws.
A foul, and that'll be on Holdsworth, and that's number 4.
That hurts because Macy Holdsworth, number 12, that just picked up his 4th. You'll see it here. He's what makes Greenberg go, much like Rapp does for Guerin Catholic.
Lawrence getting ready to check back in. Tom Lawrence, number 42.
Yeah, I think you got to give him a little bit of rest. There's still over 6.5 minutes to go in this game. I'd want him into the last 3 to 4 minutes as tight as this game is.
Greensburg led early in the game 3-0. That was its biggest lead. One early tie, one early lead change. Guerin Catholic led by as many as 15.
Pete Smith has been known to put it away in the fourth quarter when he has a lead. They're pretty good with the ball.
Brennan called for traveling. It is the 5th Guerin turnover and first of the second half.
Interesting, Brennan got that travel call. He turned around, bounced the ball on the floor real hard. It went in the basket. No count.
We have played 2 minutes of this fourth quarter. And it's a 4-point game. McIntosh forcing it up. He almost scored. Rebound, Brennan. And that is Whitrapp.
Guerin Catholic does have 16 fouls, so I think it's a good idea what Greensburg has tried to do the last couple of times. That's to attack the basket, get to the free throw line. Greensburg only has 5 team fouls.
Here's Brennan.
They're being really careful with the ball. Coach Pete Smith called number 2. We'll see, it's a pick and roll in the wing. Brennan and Whit.
Whitrapp, and that's Holba.
Wide open.
Short jump rims the basket. Welledge. And here come the Pirates. Here is Sean Sellers. Whoop, very close to an over and back. And that ball off the foot of McIntosh. Nope, it was touched by a Guerin Catholic player. Or it would have been an over and back.
Was that touched by a Guerin Catholic player?
McIntosh inside. He has 11 points.
Now, Pete Smith the last 2 times has been saying make several passes, but he's going to take a timeout. I expect they'll go back attacking.
Timeout. We have the 4A semi-state game for you at 8 p.m. Tech versus Bloomington North. There it is. Upcoming at 8 p.m. tonight, Tech versus Bloomington North. Closest, it was a 6-5 game, and this is the closest that Greensburg has been since then. They were down by 15. They've cut it to 2. Spring is rounding third and heading to Round Tripper Academy. The baseball season's almost here, but it's not too late to improve your game. The boys of summer get ready at the friendly confines of the Round Tripper Baseball Academy in Westfield. Visit their website at roundtripper.com. They've been serving Central Indiana for over 20 years. Here's some stats for you.
Howard, it's interesting from a coaching standpoint. Pete Smith went in a semi-delay game the last 2 possessions. Didn't work out well. So we will see if Guerin Catholic's, I predict they'll attack the basket again. They'll not try to hang on to too much time left with a 2-point lead.
And here's a foul. That is on Sellers.
Holbert does a nice job here. You'll see it on the screen how low he gets. He makes a great target in there, and we saw the tail end of it. And Sellers came around and got his arm, reach around. Each team has 6 fouls. The next call, that somebody, wow. I thought there should have been a call there of some kind.
Just a
2
turnover.
players, you know, it's either block or it was a charge, but the referee said it was nothing.
Many in this crowd, the Pirate fans, are on their feet now. The last time we were tied was at 4. Greensburg's last lead, 4-2.
Watch McIntosh. This play is a weave, but it's set up for that guy right there, number 30.
Out to Sellers. Greensburg down by 2. Under 4 minutes to go. Greensburg on a 9-2 run.
They're trying to screen for McIntosh and get him an opening. Nice pass.
Work it down low. Beautiful ball movement and a foul. Brennan fouled. A terrific pass from McIntosh. Down low.
Goes for the block. Brennan may have got a little bit of him. These are bang tough calls for the officials because that could go either way.
3 on Brennan. Lawrence is short. He's a 71% free throw shooter, but he missed that one.
Hasn't scored yet today.
Hasn't played too much either. His team down by 2. Much better. Timeout. We'll pause for these words on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40. 3-point game. Guerin Catholic by 1. Guerin Catholic led by 10, 20-10 at the quarter, 29-24 at the half, 57-50 after 3. Greensburg fought back.
Well, Greensburg, as you know, has lost only one ball game all year, and that was an overtime loss to Madison about mid-season, 87 to 89. So they're not used to losing. Guerin Catholic has had a nice run of their own, only losing 3 games this year to New Haven, Louisville, Ballard, and Bloomington South. So these teams really don't know how to lose very much, so they will battle until the final horn.
That's Holba. He's had a great game, and he's fouled. And that's on Sean Sellers. Check it. It's on McIntosh.
Both teams have 17 fouls, so both teams are in the 1-and-1.
Guerin Catholic is now 4 of 5 from the line. Holba is only a 60% free throw shooter. He has 20 points in this game.
That's the only chink in his armor is his free throw shooting. He's played a heck of a ball game.
Looked good there. Guerin Catholic by 3. It's a 3-point game. Here's McIntosh. That would tie it. He did it. We're all tied at 61.
Takes confidence, takes ability, willingness to pull up and take that shot. A lot of courage.
Under 3 minutes to go. McIntosh with 14 points, 12 of which have come in the second half. Brennan in close.
That's off Guerin Catholic.
It is. Last touch by Whit Rapp. Brennan had the great first half, Dave. He only has 2 points in the second half.
But you notice who they went to. They went to Brennan because they have so much confidence in that young man. I think it's going to be he and Holbrook. The other guy is a big, big playmaker, is Whit Rapp. But I think they'll look for Brennan and they'll look for Holbrook out of the setup. Down here, they're going to look for number 30 a lot. McIntosh, who just made that 3 last time down.
Macy Holdsworth back in the game with the 4 personals. Holdsworth is number 12.
Zeller's made a good drive there.
Holdsworth and Munson were battling.
On Burrow.
Okay.
There it is right there. You saw he put his right or his left elbow up into the guy's chin. No reason for that when you're tie ball game.
Yeah, Burrow commits the personal. Munson was there as well, but Burrows is the one who reached him with his arm.
73% shooter is going to be Holdsworth. He's a big-time player. Greensburg has a good balanced offense coming into this game. They've had a pretty good balanced offense this afternoon. A lot of time left, 2:15.
And he's got it. First time Greensburg has led since the score was 4-2.
Guerin Catholic got to come down and get something good this time.
Greensburg ahead.
Either penetration by Rapp or Fine, Brennan or Holbrook. I like Holbrook down inside if they can find him.
2-point Greensburg lead. They were down 15. Rapp, no. Rebound Sellers. His 9th rebound. Whoop, almost slid that foot. Greensburg led 3-0. That was their biggest lead of the game. They were down 27-12. They've come all the way back to take the lead.
Well, there's the guy they look for in money time.
McIntosh dishing off. And a foul, and Wellage will go to the line.
That was a great pass there by McIntosh. You see McIntosh penetrate here on the replay. Nice bounce pass. And he gives it up to Wellage. And Wellage was fouled by Holbrook.
Holba's 3rd personal. Wellage is now 4 of 6 from the line. The Pirates with 6 straight points, and they lead by 3. And now they have their biggest lead of the game. They're ahead by 4, and we have a minute and a half to go.
Nice down low pass. There's the guy who wanted to have it.
And Hober scores.
Hober. Pete Smith takes a timeout to set his defense. Still a lot of time in this game. You've got to find a way to make a defensive stop. And then I think can get this game tied, whichever, particularly if Guerin Catholic has the ball to score tied, they'll go for one shot.
It is a 2-point game with 1:27 to go. When Guerin Catholic had that big lead in the second quarter, did you envision Greensburg coming back like this, Dave?
The way they came out of the locker room the first 3 minutes of the third quarter, you could see they had renewed energy, and fortunate or unfortunate for them, they hit their first 2 shots, and that's what they weren't doing in the first half. They were putting the effort into defense, but they started knocking shots down, and just something about that. You make a shot or two, the whole team gets a huge lift. So I'm not surprised they came back. I'm more surprised at the game that Christian Munson has given Guerin Catholic. I've got him for 6 threes, 18 points for the sophomore. And then you see who they go to. They get the ball. Greensburg gets the ball in McIntyre's number 30's hand, and he creates or takes a shot himself. And they went to Hober at this end. They'll continue to do that. There's second options, but those 2 guys are the first option for each ball club. Hober for Guerin Catholic and McIntyre for Greensburg.
It is a 2-point game. Greensburg with a lead in the ball. Sellers.
The block right there. Yeah.
That is on Rapp.
Trying to make a play, but it was a good call. He was not established in a defensive position. You'll see it here. He's moving sideways and under him. That's a pretty easy call to make, and it was a correct one.
He is 0 of 1 from the line.
But he's 84% on the year. I think he'll make this.
That's why you're a Hall of Fame coach. Burrow back in for Labus for Guerin Catholic.
Excuse me, like all big games, it's going to come down to free throw shooting. And if you're Greensburg, just hang on to the ball when you get it till they foul you, go to the free throw line.
Greensburg is now 7 of 8 from the line in the fourth quarter.
One reason I say that is we take a timeout is that Guerin Catholic has 10 fouls. So every time Greensburg goes to the foul line, they're shooting 2 free throws. They're 75% on the season as a team. Now, if you're Guerin Catholic, you don't have to run up there and throw up a goofy shot. You got to come up and run a quick offense and try to get it inside. I'd go down inside to Hober or back to Brennan. Brennan's been real quiet the second half. Only 1 field goal the entire second half.
You mentioned the 10 team fouls. What a contrast from the first half when we had very few fouls.
Well, Greensburg got some of those. When Greensburg was making their move, you remember what they did? They either passed it inside or they drove to the basket. When you do that, you stand a good chance of drawing fouls. So they changed their offensive plan. You know what they were doing early. Everything was behind the 3 line. They came out and attacked the basket or passed it inside. If you do that, you're going to get to the free throw line.
There's the score, a 4-point game. One of the things I know you appreciate about this game, Guerin Catholic with only 6 turnovers, Greensburg with only 4 turnovers.
That's outstanding by both ball clubs because this has been a very aggressive, physical type game. So that's excellent by both teams.
Okay,
back
here
in that
comes
2-3
Guerin
zone.
Down by 4. And the pass deflected. McIntosh made the play. And I think he did the right thing. I think Holdsworth did the right thing instead of going to the basket.
Oh, yeah, you've got a 4-point lead and on a minute to go. Hang on to it and make them foul you.
That's on Whit Rapp, and that's his 3rd.
But I see Zeller's back up there. He made 2 just a minute ago. 84% on the year. If you're Greensburg, you feel pretty good with him up there.
Had right foot in front of his left foot on his free throw.
Usually you stagger him a little bit. Ideally, the toe of the left foot be halfway up on the right foot. That's just about where he has it. You don't stand parallel.
Biggest lead of the game for the Pirates. And they add to it.
They must score this time, in my opinion, either at the free throw line or field goal. Last time they made a very bad pass from Burrows down to the low post.
Wrap for three, no. Offensive board, though.
Nice pass.
Brennan down low scores.
That was Fulbrook made that pass.
39 seconds to go. Let's see if they foul, and they do. Brennan has 12 points. .35 seconds left. Munson's second foul.
Not much choice than to foul or stop the clock in some way, but Guerin Catholic. You're right. That McIntosh was calling for the timeout. Why that official did not allow the timeout. This team had the ball, so he should have granted it.
Sellers with 5 straight free throws, 8 points in this quarter.
Both these teams have played at a high level this afternoon, Howard.
That's a beautiful touch.
You can tell they're well coached and they're used to playing in tight ball games. There has not been a panic by either ball club.
It is a 6-point game, 30 seconds to go. Brennan way off balance. Rebound Sellers. Here comes a foul. Sellers 10th rebound. 23 seconds to go. And things look great for the Pirates.
The Greensburg Nation is going wild, and there's a bunch of people here today. I tell you what, if every community, every school supported their team like Greensburg, Indiana basketball would be all the way back. They wrap 3/4 of the way around this gym, and they fill 1/2 of the gym.
Well, now it's a 3-possession game with 23 seconds, and unless Guerin Catholic has Reggie Miller, I mean, they're in rough shape.
They're in deep trouble.
Sellers does it.
Got it.
And the one thing Greensburg doesn't want to do is foul. And that shot is missed, and that will do it.
There's another foul. They got to call that on the Holbrook.
One of the things that Guerin Catholic hasn't done is take good shots near the end. There's Pete Smith has had a great year with his team.
You're exactly right. Coach Smith has done a wonderful job. You can see on his 10th year, he's 141 and 61. He had a state champion in 2012, and he's just done a really good job of putting this team together. He's going to end the season at 22-4. You got to be pleased with that. This afternoon will be a huge disappointment, but after the disappointment of this loss, about 24 hours, you start feeling better, looking back, and be very proud of what you've accomplished.
Guerin Catholic, Dave, 3 of 10 from the field in the fourth quarter.
Well, in the last 3 possessions, in all honesty, what hurt their percentage is they've come up and taken really low percentage bad shots.
.14 seconds to go. Great comeback by the Greensburg Pirates. They were down 15 in the second quarter.
There goes Whit Rapout. He's had a great career for Guerin Catholic, 6-foot senior, playing in his last ball game. I should point out that the young man that came in for him, Matt Godfrey, went into the game last week and put up something like 17 points and played great. So he will be the heir apparent to that point guard position next year for the Golden Eagles.
They'll be going to Indianapolis next week.
They won last year, so they know how to get there.
.14 seconds to go, a 9-point game. That is a 3. That'll count. That basket by Nick Schneider, and
3/10 of a second.
Listen to the hand for Brian McIntosh. He had 15 points, but 13 of them came in the second half. And that is it. The Greensburg Pirates, the defending 3A champions, are going to the championship game once again this year as they win the semi-state over Guerin Catholic. The final score, Greensburg 74, Guerin Catholic 67 on the Indiana Members Credit Union Game of the Week on TV 40.